terrorists. We're not no gangsters. We revolutionaries. And that's how we rock.
We back, TV land. We are back, man. Right here live on the red couch, man. We are back. Yes, sir. It's your favorite host in the building, CEO Nino Cappuccino, a.k.a. Bonnie Hunter, BJ the brand, man. Sitting right here on the red couch with Mr. Keith Smith himself, man.
Craig.
Actor, excuse me. Blooper of the day. Craig Smith, that is. My bag, man. Correction. Craig Smith, man. Actor, comedian extraordinaire, man. In the building, sitting right here in the penthouse with Nino Cappuccino, a.k.a. Bonnie Hunter, BJ the brand, man. It's a pleasure, man, as always. Okay, man, we took that little break for a minute. We're going to jump right back on in on the spin, man. And let's talk about, you know, how you jumped into your entertainment field of acting and your comical scene. So in closing, we talked about your first shows coming out of high school and junior high school and high school and how you obtained your first shows. And then once you left college and how out of college you had that vision that you really want to do this and you start getting down and you had your first stand-up. And after that first stand-up, take us on that journey. Take us on when you did your first stand-up. What was it like? What was the rush like, should I say?
Man, so the first time I went on stage, I was just roasting and shit. But the first time I really did stand-up, where I was at the Comedy Union, that was for a Memphis Wills show. So when you first start being a comedian, they have what's called bringer shows, you know, where you show up to the where you book a show, but you got to bring people to come. You know what I'm saying? So the promoters book 5 or 6 people who are new, and they all bring their audience and come together. Then you got a show. So I did Memphis Wills show at the Comedy Union Mondays. 3 minutes of stage time. I brought like 50 people. Everybody knew I was funny from just regular life, so everybody came to see if I was really gonna try it. And like 50 people came, and that was my first experience in a real comedy club. The other part I told you about was just at like a little bar they do comedy at, but this was at a comedy club called the Comedy Union. I did really well, you know. I didn't have no jokes, but I was just roasting again, you know what I'm saying? But I did really well. That was like my first official club, and that kind of got me hooked on doing it and getting better.
So get this shit in frame. It's taking you out of frame. So going into the aspect of your shows, once you did that, was it a time where you have you ever put it like this? Because even in music, from music to film, as a film writer or creator, you can get writer's block.
Right.
When you started out in your comical moments, were you writing your material? Because I heard you say twice you was basically freestyling. You was improvising from the head. You was just you could see a nigga's shoes. If his shoes ran down, you would boom, get on his shoes.
Yeah, right.
So what was it like when you had to actually started really dissecting how to write material? Because you know you got to be on stage for an hour. Right. Let's say like you the headliner. So when you come out, you got a 30-minute section.
Right.
As opposed to a 10 or 15 or 7.
Right.
You got a 30-minute.
Right.
And when it comes to us, our culture, black folks,
you gotta be on point.
Because your attention span, boy, be like this. Man, be like, nigga, boo you in a second.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Real shit.
It's just like you coming out the gate, it's gotta be something that's gonna gravitate to their attention.
Right. You know, for me, that took some years. It took me about like 7-8 years to get to a point where I kind of grasped, okay, how you really work a set and build a set. You know what I'm saying? Because before, when I was a younger comedian, it would just be random jokes. I just go work out on random jokes and then put a bunch of random funny shit together, and then that's a set. But that really ain't comedy. You know, comedy is having like a voice. You know, a particular point of view where people can identify it, even if it ain't you. Somebody stealing your shit, somebody could hear it and be like, "That's some shit Craig would say."
Right.
You know what I mean? So having that point of view, you know what I'm saying, that took some digging. And what sparked it for me, where I was recollecting an argument that I got into with a broad. When I was 20 years old, I was in love with this broad. You know, always been a player, but you know, I still got a heart. Ain't that they got a heart like Hitler? You feel what I'm saying? So I was fucking with this broad, and Christmas came. We had been together for like a year. She gave me a Christmas list. It was 30 items on the Christmas list. I bought 29 of them motherfuckers, trying to make my broad, you know, happy and shit, right? So the one item that was missing, she was mad about. And we just got into an argument about it. We was going back and forth.
So despite the consideration, he made all 29. He just missed one. Despite that,
right. So, wow. So I think every man has his moment. He just don't identify it the way that I do. You know, so we going back and forth. We arguing. And in the process of arguing, I'm like, man, I said, you know what, babe, I did my best. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm really just trying to make you happy. But, you know what I'm saying? If you're not happy with this and you feel like I owe you something, then, bitch, you need to get it from God.
so you went from the BABY to the other thing, huh? Bitch.
Bitch, you better get it from God.
Oh, the too short come up out of there.
Yeah. So, but then I thought back on when I said that because it's always stuck with me. I didn't plan on saying it. It just came out. And then I just realized that what I'm passionate about in life is that, you know, I'm the type of nigga that's always going to give my best effort when I'm doing something. But it's always people who don't have enough life experience to understand what that effort means, and they feel like you owe them more than they can give themselves. Ain't no way you owe a motherfucker more than they can do for themselves. It just don't. That ain't how life works.
Right, that's right. They don't sum up that way.
And that's the get it from God moment. When you dealing with a motherfucker that feel like that you owe them, that you're supposed to do more for them than they can do for themselves. That's when you tell a motherfucker to get it from God. Then that's when I found my voice in comedy. It was like, oh, that's what I focus in on all situations. And if I'm dealing with people, my mind is automatically wired to figure out if this is the type of motherfucker I'm dealing with. So in my comedy and even in my music, I'm identifying the get it from God moments. Whether it's me that's expecting too much, whether it's the situation that's expecting too much, it's about the accountability of realizing that, hey, this man, I ain't no more I could do for you. At this point, I'm just perpetuating failure. You know what I'm saying? A failure or a failure in perception or error in perception. So rather than just continue to stretch out some shit that ain't no good, I'm gonna just let you know to get it from God. And if you take it as a diss, that lets me know the level of accountability you have, because you know I live my life. One of the things I live by is this African parable that says that we are all gods having a human experience. And so when I say get it from God, I'm really telling you to get it from yourself. Like,
right, that could be in prayer and soul.
Yeah,
you got to be necessarily physically or material wise. It could be eternal prayer and soul. Get it from God. Like,
straight
up. You at your rock bottom, nigga. You, just like myself, you got to take it to Him. Then
it's straight out.
So.
Because we done all been there. Nigga, I done been out here years ago. You know, I done been up financially, down. I done been out here grinding with no money, nigga, and I'm still out here. So can't nobody tell me that they can't do it.
That's right.
And they did it. I can't even. You feel me? We all get down and all that. Sometimes we need help. I'm not talking about that shit. But when a motherfucker try to lean on you, like you got some special hookup that you didn't earn or work for, I try to keep them motherfuckers away from me.
Come on, man. They don't understand the hustle, bro.
Yeah.
And the crazy part about it, I'm in so much agreement with you with that, because it was just as easy for you to get off your ass, say, homie, I'm going with you.
Right.
Fuck this shit. Don't leave me behind, nigga. I'm going with you.
Straight out.
Whatever doors we got to kick down and knock down, nigga, and hustle, I'm going with you.
Yeah.
Now, by right, you can sit right here, nigga, and tell me I owe that to you, because you're right. You've been right here with me. And as a homie and a supporter, and if I'm up and I don't see that, That's just plain that greed out of my behalf. You feel me?
Right.
Why I ain't handling my business like I'm supposed to.
Right.
But yeah, you're right, man. It's like niggas don't get that, understand that, man, that when you make a choice to take transition in your life and take change and growth in your life, and you choose not to, then you're not gonna hold me back.
Hell no. Yeah.
You're not gonna sit there and sustain me to a level that you want to be on because that's your choice. And then you're gonna try to embed it in my head.
Like I owe you.
Yeah, like I owe you and I gotta feel guilty.
Yeah, because then now the way that my brain is programmed now, if I'm getting too much of that, now I feel like, oh nigga, you must be planning a jack or something. You feel like nigga, I'll kill you, nigga. You ain't finna take nothing from me.
You know what I'm saying?
But so you really gotta, you really gotta, as a man, as you get older, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning what you already know. It's like this shit because you really understand the gravity of how people are. You know what I'm saying? And you really realize that certain motherfuckers, they don't have no problem being a weight on somebody. Matter of fact, a nigga lean on you till you ain't got the energy to hold them up no more. And then when you fall, they on to the next motherfucker.
On to the next, man, because that's what they do.
Yeah. So it's like, no, man, I'm not playing. And it ain't no negative on the person, but you got to be strong enough to understand that this ain't my battle, nigga. And you ain't finna get me upset to arguing and like it's my battle. No, nigga, no, especially the more ignorant it is. It's like them type of motherfuckers try to get you emotionally wrapped up into the shit that they going through. And when you find yourself chunking them with a nigga and pulling a pistol on a motherfucker and, wasting precious moments in your life trying to fight another man's battles and shit, like, no, nigga, you gonna have to get that on your own, get it from God.
Right. So going into your phase of critiquing your writing material, critiquing your stage appearance, where was it when you connected with Bu Capone, crazy ass, man? Shout out to our homie Bu Capone, man. Let me land, man. Let me land.
You be you. You bitch you.
You bitch you. Let me land, you bitch. Hey, yeah, Bu watching right now. So where you fish out, bubble out food. Hey. You Black Rodney Dangerfield.
Bu Capone is the most naturally funny motherfucker I ever met. He was born. If you put comedian in the dictionary, that's Bu, because Bu is everything. He's a gangster. He's a politician. He's a historian. He's everything, and that's what a good comedian is. It's somebody that can relate to and understand a piece of everything and make it their own.
Major.
So I became aware of Bu Capone as a child before I got into comedy, just his music and shit like that. Then I met him at the Comedy Store because everybody that know Bu is a savage roaster. So he used to just be at the all the comedy clubs heckling the comedians,
right, in the audience,
banging on motherfuckers, and that's how I became acclimated with Bu. And then we just knew we
man, you show using them big educational words.
Oh man, I be reading sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I done read a few contracts.
Big on educational words, Craig.
Yeah, but Bu is the pioneer of what I do, as far as like. Maybe he didn't have a name for it at the particular time. I called it a capper, a comedian, and a rapper. But he was the first MC to really start kind of stepping over into the comedy lane. And really, it wasn't really no rappers doing that because the art of hip hop was so jaded by the street culture. Didn't nobody want to be perceived as no goofy nigga because, in the 80s and 90s, that was a dangerous time where nigga, you had to be in a category. Nigga, you either a rapper or you a comedian, but it wasn't too many niggas doing both. And Bu was one of the first people I seen that thought like me, that was kind of doing both a little bit.
Across the barriers, brought them together.
Exactly. So, so I've been knowing Bu about 15 years. Or so.
Major, man. Yeah, shout out to Bu Capone, man. Real good homie, man.
Yeah, good folks.
So moving along, going down the line, me having the pleasure myself just recently, a couple of months ago, through connection of yourself, that is, what was it like and how did you connect with Big Ja?
So being that we both from LA County, Los Angeles County.
Because Big Ja has a college background as well.
Yeah, Big Ja is like you. He one of them hood niggas from the hood that's super smart. But not just regular, not just hood smart.
Yeah,
I'm talking about typical. Like, he went to Berkeley on a academic scholarship.
Oh yeah.
For those of y'all don't know about Cal Berkeley, that's the #1 public school in the country. So to get into Cal Berkeley, you got to be Ivy League smart. It ain't like going to no local Cal State. This is like these niggas be scoring 1500s on the SAT and having 4.9 GPAs and shit. That's the type of nigga he is. And he right here from South Central Los Angeles and moved to San Diego when he was like 12 or 13. So, and I'm similar. I wasn't super book smart, but I was always above average in school and stuff like that with certain topics. Science and history was always my shit. You know what I'm saying? But so anyway, I met Ja my second month doing comedy. I walked into this club called the the Rhythm Lounge, hosted by Brandon Wiley. Shout out to Brandon, another LA comedian. And Ja was on stage doing a joke that was similar to a joke I had, but I was so new in the game, you know, I didn't know that niggas be having the same type of jokes sometimes. It was about a gangster. I think his was about a gangster, a blind gangster or something like that. So I had a cousin, rest in peace now, William, and he went blind. He got shot in the face. Instead of dying, he lost his vision. And he was super, you know, gangbanger or whatever. So we talked after he got off stage. I got a cousin that is basically the joke you're saying, like, you know what I mean? And that kind of connected us. And so we've been tight since 2009, like brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
And then so from there, where did the idea come from as far as you guys getting together and start planting the seeds as far as the skits and everything?
Yeah, so you know, in comedy, sketch comedy has always been about been in the comedy culture, from A Living Color to Saturday Night Live to, you know, Mad TV. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much like one of the things you do as a comedian. You write sketches. So Jade has a film background. He went to Cal Berkeley for film, to be a filmmaker. And so he was always talking about doing sketches. And so he had the blind gangster sketch, which if you look it up online, is still there. We did that, you know, still there. And the Stutter Thug sketch. So I produced it for him. That's my first time doing anything sketch comedy. He got me the script, and I found a place for him to shoot it at and got all the actors, and we shot that. That was the first 2 sketches we shot, the Blind Thug and the Stutter Thug.
And it's been history.
It's been history every year. It's 15 years.
Man, see, and it's important that he just threw that number out there, because a lot of you guys that look at the shows right now, like right now, y'all. Matter of fact, y'all go check out that new show just dropped right now, the Lesbian 3.
Lesbian
Homie 3, man. It's just dropped right now. It's out, man. Y'all go check out the Lesbian Homie series, period. 1, 2, and 3. Go check out. Matter of fact, you got to start from the beginning to get to the end. Go check out 1, 2, and 3. Lesbian Homies 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Then go check out help me out with the homies. What's the title of the homies? With the crew, with the whole crew.
Whole crew is stupid.
Oh, the whole crew is stupid. Go check out that whole series, man. And y'all stay tuned, man, because y'all about to see Big Cap, man, Big Nino, Cappuccino, Bonnie Hunter, BJ. I'm jumping right on in, man, and I'm finna get in with the crew, man, do my thing, man. So y'all stay tuned, man, for that collaboration, that connection. Shout out to Big Job, man, Mink, man, and the whole crew, man. Shout out to the crew out there, man.